Yo, hey guys, it's your boy Freaky Baby 1 here, and have I got an F1 video for yous today. This race is the craziest league race I've ever competed in. I thought it was crazy at Melbourne today. And the actual race in F1 today with Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen, Valtteri Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton a bit. Yeah, it's so crazy. So anyway, this race, it's not clickbait by the way. If you are a true F1 fan, you would love to see this. So this is me running through my setup that I use at Australia. Pause the video, go back to it if you want to have a look at it. But yeah, this is my setup, and this is the actual qualifying session, so I would like to get out on time this time. So yeah, here we are getting ready for our hot lap, and it's very overcast conditions, so I'm ready to get going. And I couldn't tell at the time if it was spitting with rain or not, but I thought I could see it. But anyway, coming on to our hot lap now here, 8th gear down to 5th gear and half onto this curb. A little bit hesitant through there and half on the next one, and then out in the exit down here. Stay in 7th gear through here, 8th gear would slow you down and the engine braking helps. Down to 3rd gear through here, don't touch the curb but come out nice and wide here. 4th gear, half on this curb and run out nice and wide here. Careful on throttle application there in case you spin out. But 6th gear through here up to 7, and then try and get really tight in here. I missed it a little bit. 4th gear up to that curb and run out half on that one. A little bit oversteery though from me. And then down around this right hander here, coming into this hard braking zone down to 3rd gear, yeah, half on this curb, a little bit much there, but anyway, good exit onto this kind of straight here, and put it up to 8th gear so you can jam it down to 7th for this little chicane kind of thing. 7th down there, it could have been better, and on regular rules you can get away with that there, so that's where I think some people are finding a lot of time. But I like to try and keep it as clean as possible. 7 through there, and this suffers through the video a little bits of jumps. But anyway, we'll skip through that. It's 5th gear, you can use 6th gear through there if you got a better run. But 3rd gear through here, and up to 5th. And good run onto here, DRS early as you can, max fuel mixture, DRS, and down to line, and it's a 1 minute 22.8 I believe it was. So not a great lap, but it was raining at the time. But anyway guys, like and subscribe if you're new, and share if possible. But skipping on to my second qualifying run here. The rain has kicked in a little bit more, but it didn't seem to be too bad at the time. But anyway, up to 8th gear, and hopefully it's a good lap this one. So here, down into 5th, a little bit much on the curb there, but regular rules you can get away with it, but it did actually slow me down there. So up to 7th here, and we're in the toe of this guy, hopefully he lets us through. And down to 3rd gear, and we jump again. But yeah, this guy would not get out the way through his first sector, and really that cost me a bit of time through dirty air and all that. But anyway, pushing really hard now through here. I got a better run through here I feel. 4th gear up to 5th, we got to 7th completely. But here, this lap didn't turn out to be too good. We didn't improve actually, so we're just going to run for the rest of it. We didn't get as much up into that curb as I'd liked, and we've not got a really good run down here. And you want to have really good runs onto straights, because if you have a bad run you're losing so much time in the delta down the straight. 7th gear, we got probably a bit of a better run through there, and now we're up to 7, up to 8 now, and just full on accelerating. Then down to 4th or 5th, probably 5th would have been a better run because it's raining, and there we touched the grass, so at this point I realised we're not going to improve, so I just back off completely. But anyway guys, we ended up qualifying P2, I think it's like 5 tenths behind Warhound, so his qualifying pace is absolutely untouchable. But now we're skipping on to the race. The strategy, there's another YouTuber who's a lot bigger than me by the way, T Marduk, he's an F1 YouTuber, and he says the one stop, the ultras to the supers wasn't possible. By the way guys, it is possible. Take them to lap 10 or 11, and the super soft tyres will go to the end comfortably on about 65% tyre wear. So I tested that out. But anyway now guys, 5 red lights out and away we go. And it seems to be an initially good start. Wheel spinning for Warhound and we're pulling alongside. He's coming along to cover us off, but he's too late. And 5th gear, and now we're down into this braking zone, but we're a little bit hesitant on the brakes there, so we could have tried to hold position. But anyway guys, it was a good chance at the first corner here. He's going defensive down to the inside, but then he was back to the middle of the track, but we've got better runs through here than him. So here, 4th gear, up through here, just following him through just now. Hopefully try and push him into a little mistake while his tyres are slightly colder than, well, they are pretty cool now. but then now we're staying pretty close and we've got a pretty good run at him down here. Hopefully in the slipstream, no lag really, so that's good. And then we dive it, well, around the outside, and there he goes. He's got a really bad run. We have to lift off slightly there, and it didn't give us a great run, but yeah, this is following him through now down to the fast chicane. Now we're going to maybe look at his inside there, but no, it wasn't opening up. As we both run off onto the grass there, I got a little bit dirty air off him. I don't know what his excuse could be there, but yeah. Following through down here, 4th gear, we got a really good run at him down there. So hopefully we'd stick with him going on to the home straight. So yeah guys, a very action packed first lap here so far. He goes a little bit deep in there, so hopefully another jump there, so sorry about this guys, but yeah, we're in slipstream, no DRS yet. You still have to wait till lap 3, so those first 2 laps no DRS, and they're on the brakes. He's got the inside there, and I knew there that would be a corner cutting warning, so he needs to watch out about him. And I've hit the DRS button, but keep forgetting that I didn't have DRS yet. He's covering the inside, we moved to the outside, and there he's going in a little bit, well not deep, well kind of there, but yeah, we're around his outside. We've got a really good run at him. Are we going to go up his inside through the fast right hander? As we don't touch there at the time, I thought we were doing absolutely brilliant racing, but now I watch it back, it's not as good as I thought it was. And Ostaru something, I can't read it from here, is behind us, so I've got to watch out for him as we, it could have been worse than it actually looked there. We were going to look, that was a dummy to go to the inside, but he braked quite early there. I thought he thought I was actually going to go down his inside, so I moved back and then I actually had to commit to it because he hit the brakes quite early there. But through here again, running off just a little bit, so those next few laps I will need to watch out for that. But yeah guys, coming on to the home straight now, this lap we do have DRS, just lap 3 now actually, so yeah. We're a little bit far back, but that DRS will hopefully catapult us nearer to him as he sets fastest lap of the race. Here that's a little bit of a cut and strict, that would have been a warning, so yeah. 6th gear. I actually don't know what happened to that guy who was behind us, because he's not there anymore. I was like, and I forgot to bloom and watch it when I was editing it. I just deleted the clip, but I might watch the full thing back again just to see what happened to him. But yeah guys, this is now lap 4 I believe. We are right close to him there. Shift up to 5th gear early so we can get a good run at him down here. 6th gear, 7th gear, as he's going to cover the inside, we're just going to go straight on. 8th gear, and we're going to hit the brakes nice and late, but he's still there. Hits us off the track a little bit there, so at the time was a little bit but nothing too much here. We've got DRS on him still, and we're going to look down his inside as he goes to cover it off, but he's a little bit late as we make him run in a little bit deep to leave us the room. As here we try and do the same things we've done on lap 2 I think it was, but no, we're not as flowingly running through there. Well, he wasn't as out of shape through there, I should really say. But yeah, now we're back on to lap 6 I'm going to guess, I can't read it from here. But once again we're on his DRS again, he's moving to the inside. We're going to hit the brakes nice and early and get a bit concentrating that to run down this second straight, DRS straight. As we're right in his toe again, and on 2018 there will be a 3rd DRS zone, so looking forward to that as we dive it down his inside. The first time we actually go for an inside dive on him, really, for around there, and he pushes us off the track again. So at the time I was kind of pissed off. I was like, is it worth a steers inquiry? I was like, well, we're still battling the now, so I went, I'm not sure. And if I lost the race to him because of that, and that could have been an overtake, I went, if I don't overtake him because of that now, I would probably put in a steers inquiry. But yeah, he's out of shape through there again, and we've got a really good run at him through here. I was like, I'm not sure if I want to try and dive it down his inside there, so he covers the inside as we go break nice and early there. That should be another warning surely, but yeah, we cut that a little bit there. It's quite hard to see from the other car ahead, but really no excuse for that. Braking, we're going around his outside. He's got a good track. He was pretty good through there, and there's a car behind us in 14th, so he must have had a shocker of a start. There's a lot of new people in the league this season as we're pushing him around that corner. So he was going there. So here, I think he was struggling with his tyres. I'd done lots of practices. I'd done about 50% races with qualifying, so I've been in this situation, maybe not behind a car for this long, so I knew that my tyres would go off a little bit quicker while we're battling, but I knew that I could still stretch the tyres out pretty long, and with rain I forgot to mention, we would be able to get ahead. But as we get ahead for him momentarily there with DRS, and we're squeezing him out there, and we're going around the outside of him as we done in the blooming, I don't think I uploaded it, but it was an event at Australia. We could squeeze out Danny Kvyat. But there, we're into the lead of the race on lap number 8. We're starting to pull out a little bit of a lead. I'm looking after my tyres. I've got quite good at looking after my tyres at this track now, so I just need to carry that through for my next few tracks. But here, there's going to be weather. It's going to be light rain in 5 minutes time, so that could throw a spanner into the mix. So we're just kind of going along here. We're catched up to another lapped car at this point, so their race isn't going great. And we're just kind of kicking about there now, just going through the motions, looking after the tyres, and we're all right in fuel kind of there now. And yeah, now it's lap 10. I was like, the rain ain't coming in. If it was going to be a full-on dry race, I'd be taking these tyres to lap 11. You can take the super soft from lap 10 to the end, but they're going to be in like 65, roughly 70%, and they're kind of going off by that time. And as we can see, Warhound's on the soft compound of tyres, so I don't know if he's thinking about just taking it to the end. He doesn't know about the weather, or he's thinking about how harder compounds of tyres work better in rainier conditions. But the super soft should be a good middle ground. And yeah, we got a good 3 seconds gap over him at that point. But yeah, here we're starting to lose traction, and I was trying to figure out, is it time? It's getting pretty close. I was like, it's getting really close. But by the end of this lap, I do make my mind up, and I do make my mind up to say that I'm going to pit in this lap. I choose the intermediate tyres, and it was a good call, because just about now you can see DRS is now disabled, and that's a really good indicator, guys, to tell when it's getting too wet. So if you don't know how long it is till it's getting really wet until it's time, just wait for DRS to be disabled. You can come in a little bit earlier, but it's quite hard to tell. But here, yeah, at this point I was like, move this guy, he's like so slow. But yeah, nothing to worry about too much. As we come out on lap 16, the tyres they were feeling pretty good at this point. And yeah, things are just going really well at this point. We've got a good gap over him, and I knew that I could hold my gap. I was just trying to drive pretty conservatively right now. But yeah, as there is a big disaster at this point for me, the safety car comes out. The safety car. So that gap I got over Warhound, which was increasing, and I was feeling in the zone at that point. And yeah, this might sound a little bit weird to you guys, but when I race, I have the full wheel set up. I have the wheel, and I have 3 pedals, and they're metal pedals, right? And as I was cruising, I was just sitting with the side of my foot on the accelerator, just the right hand side of my foot, and the pedals, they're like stainless steel, and they get so cold if you don't have your feet on them. And once I put my feet back on them getting ready to race, my feet got so cold, and yeah, that put me off for the first few laps. Like, just how cold it was to keep my feet on the pedals at the time. So yeah, before I do it, I like keep my socks on, and then they're kind of warm. It sounds really weird, but yeah, that's how it is at the start of the race. So here, I was just feeling a little bit on off the throttle at this point, and Warhound was able to stay with me at this point. But later on, he's still there actually. Getting later on, he's actually making a move on us now, so we need to watch out. My wet weather pace, I'd say, is actually it's up there. It's quite good, but he's got very good wet weather pace as well, as you can see at Barcelona, at my other practice kind of race for this league. But yeah, now we're on lap 22 of 29. We're just going through the motions as he makes another move at us down the inside there, but there wasn't really enough room for him there. I had already kind of started turning in. So yeah, just going through the motions of it now. He's still there, and this corner at first I was finding it pretty tricky, and he goes down our inside, and he actually hits us off the track. At this point I was like, if he doesn't let us through, I knew he surely had the decency to let me through, and he did. But there have been some drivers I think would have just continued on, but you know, he let me through, so that was good of him. And here, lap 25 of 29, yeah, I think he was starting to get a little bit desperate to make that overtake. There's only 4 laps remaining, so he was starting to get really close, and I actually got bad exits off these corners here, so it was like this was his opportunity. At this point I have to defend the inside, but I seen him going to go to the inside, so I went back to the racing line as he's still there, and we've got a little bit oversteer. As I heard a little crunch, I was like, oh, better move out again. and here we are just going through the motions as he's still there in this corner. I felt quite confident through here, but this one time I was feeling pretty understeery, and at this point he hits the back of us and he spins around. So a very dramatic lap there, and I was like, I didn't know if he had like serious damage, but as he hit the back of me I went, that was a big shunt, so he must have had damage, and he pits and he's down until P5 at this point. And I can tell you at the end he does get up to P4, but he gets a penalty and he goes back to P5 again. So it's not a great start for the ex-championship leader, because he won the championship last year. And on lap 29 running really deep, I was just using one hand there, so I was like, yeah, I'm just celebrate. But this was a very good start for me at the start of this season. Everything I could have asked for. Won the race. I really should have, because I'd done about a week and a half's worth of practice just on this track. I didn't really do any other racing apart from Australia, and it's really good for our constructors because I double Ferrari podium, first and third, so that's 40 points for the team there. And as you can see, Warhing gets demoted to 5th because of that 3-second time penalty. But I didn't get a good, I got done quite good because I race on strict and I am pretty good with time penalties. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoy, like and subscribe if you're new, and peace.